Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Our coverage of the Rowan Gloucester baseball game against Harford Community College. This could be a good one. Rowan is the number one ranked team in Division III of the NJCAA, and of course, congratulations to the Roadrunners on reaching and maintaining that lofty post at 34-3 on the season. An amazing record and a 19-game winning streak. Coming into town.
Blurry on like the stream. I was watching it the other day, and it's still like the resolution's not great. I mean, and I like it. I think it's just definitely better than behind the plate, because you could see a lot more happening. I think at least. And it just sucks.
Today is a Division I Harford side, which is very competitive, and they have a 39-9 record on the season. And Coach Rod Down and the Roadrunners in for a tough test here today, facing Harford. So it could be a good one. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Mike Wolverton. Pleasure to be in this one too.
Yeah, exactly. At least here I could see it like it's coming at us, so it's a little bit easier. Because the last highlight video I made for the softball, it was like I was like on my knees in the outfield, poking it through the hole, and it came out really well. So that's why I said that we were going to move it out here.
I didn't. I mean, we set it up a couple weeks ago, and we were like, oh yeah, Harford, that should be a good game. Right, and I'm busy all the weekends because of coach. Oh shoot, I just messed up your shot.
That's right.
It's okay.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
So Thursday was a good day, and this was a good matchup. Perfect. The weather's nice too.
Oh, it's beautiful today.
Sort of not used to being here, but it's nice.
Yeah, we're usually inside or cold when it's in April.
Yeah.
So do we need to test this out? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our coverage of this afternoon's baseball game here at Rowan, Gloucester, between the Roadrunners and the visitors from Harford Community College. Should be a good game, and of course, you've already been watching the coverage. You're just now hearing the audio, and apologies for that. We will chalk that one up to a miscommunication, and I'll take the blame on that one. My fault, and you may be enjoying our new center field camera angle. That is pretty closely tied into the miscommunication as I was set up behind home plate. And now we're out in center field. Happy to be here. It's a beautiful day. And the Roadrunners have a couple of base runners on with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning against Trevor Sprinkle. Gowan lines this one to center field. Coming on center field to make it a diving catch. That is a beauty by Roland. And Gowan smoked that ball, but Rowan making the diving catch in center field to keep the Roadrunners in check for the moment. We are in the bottom of the first inning. It was a scoreless top half for Derek Wakely. And Gonzaroli opened to the bottom of the first inning with a single, advanced to second on Brian Murphy's walk, and Gowan is the first out of the inning. Number 4 batter is Anthony Angelino. The Roadrunners have won 19 consecutive games. They're ranked number 1 in all of Division III of the NJCAA. Angelino takes inside. Record for RCGC is 34-3. Like I said, they've won 19 consecutive games, and they're up against stiff competition here today. Harford from Maryland. This is a Division I team in the NJCAA. And 39-9 is their record, so a strong Division I team at that. Should be a good contest today, and see how Rowan stacks up against Harford. And it's Harford. In the blue jerseys, blue tops anyway, with the gray pants, and Rowan in the blue and yellow combo tops with the white pants. Now, we don't have the benefit. This is lined. It is foul. We don't have the benefit of the scoreboard out here in center field, so that's one drawback. Now, thinking ahead, if we moved just to the other side of second base, we might be able to see the scoreboard. But I'm going to have to keep track as best I can of the count. We've got one out, first and second, and a scoreless game here. Bottom of the first inning. Glorious day here in Sewell, and thanks for tuning in. Gonzaroli leads from second base. Swing and a foul ball. Caught, but strike 2. Angelino having a fine season, hitting .421 on the year. He's driven 3 out of the park, has 40 RBIs, and has scored 29 times. Big season among a lot of big seasons for this Rowan offense. Rowan has been putting a ton of runs on the board, and later in the game I'll go over some of the scores that they put up. This one is smoked out towards left field. Hard to tell if it's going to be fair or not. Left fielder is not going to get there. It's a foul ball, as Testa ran over near the line. And Angelino will head back into the batter's box with at least a count of 2 strikes. Not sure how many balls. We will either never find out or we'll soon see. Noah Clement is on deck. I'll give you the full Roadrunner lineup Sorry to say, I'll give you the full lineup in just a moment. This is in the dirt. On his way to third is Gonzaroli. He's in there safely. As he hesitated just a moment. He took that first step, and then he hesitated when he saw that the ball had gotten far enough away from the catcher, Sabeto. Gonzaroli took off for third base. Still at first is Murphy. Going to call that a wild pitch on Trevor Sprinkle. Sprinkle making his 7th start, his 9th appearance overall. He's got a fine record of 5-1. ERA is lofty at 5.97. About a hit an inning, 28 2/3 innings, 29 hits. What's impressive about him is the huge strikeout rate. This one's popped up, going to be foul and out of play. 28 2/3 innings, he struck out 44 batters. Been a little wild, too. 16 walks. So that's over half a walk per inning, and that's a bit high. Still 2 strikes on Angelino. Now that runner 90 feet away with 1 out. Sprinkle taking his time. Here's the delivery. Lined out towards center field. That's a base hit. Gonzaroli will come in to score. Murphy stops at second. It's an RBI for Angelino, making it his 41st of the season. And the Roadrunners on top 1-0. Next batter going to be Noah Clement. 393 hitter on the year, 1 home run, 28 RBIs. Right-hander Sprinkle delivers. Hit on the ground, foul wide of third. For strike 1. Roadrunner's not a big running team. There's no one on the squad who has double-digit steals. When you hit so well, who needs steals? Sprinkle turns around and chases Murphy back to second base. 1-0. Roadrunners on top, bottom of the first inning. That one is high from Sprinkle. Ball and a strike. Defensively for Harford, you've got Testa in left, Rowan in center, Calhoun in right. Around the infield, Demore is at third, Parr, the shortstop, Richardson is at second base, and Schwartz at first, and Sabeto, the catcher, with Sprinkle on the mound. Bunt popped up, foul and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the number 5 hitter, Noah Clement. Swinging a pitch away. I don't think he foul tipped it. That's a strikeout. And it's the second out of the inning for Sprinkle. Batter will be Mike Biasello. Well, I was given Biasello on the lineup card, and the announcement is for Liam Anderson. So we'll go with that. Position is the designated hitter. Liam Anderson, 300 hitter on the year. He's only got 10 at-bats. So we'll see what he can do today. 3 for 10. Driven in 3. Up and away, ball 1. Not sure I gave you the full Roadrunner batting order, so let's do that now. Gonzaroli leads off. He's in right field. Brian Murphy, left fielder, bats second. Jack Gowen is the catcher, hitting third. Anthony Angelino, the cleanup hitter, is at first base. Noah Clement batting fifth at second base. And Liam Anderson, the designated hitter, batting sixth. Jose Zayas in center field. Nathan Mercedes at third base, and Dylan Tassi at shortstop rounds out the 9-man batting order here for Coach Valley and the Roadrunners. This one is lined towards left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It is bobbled in left. Nevertheless, they will hold the runner at third base. Testa failed to come up with it cleanly, but the stop sign was already up for Brian Murphy. So he's at third, Angelino at second, and Liam Anderson aboard with a single. Bases are juiced for Jose Zayas. 273 on the season with a home run and 9 RBIs. Zayas 44 at-bats. Right-handed hitter awaits the offering from Sprinkle, swings and grounds it foul. No balls and 1 strike. A 1 pitch. Hits on the ground, wide of third base. It's a foul ball. 0-2 on Jose Zayas. As Roadrunners trying to put an inning together here in the first, they've got 1 in, and the base is loaded 2 down, however, and an 0-2 count on Jose Zayas. Mostly blue skies here on the campus of Rowan, Gloucester. There's a couple of stray clouds out back beyond the backstop, but here in the outfield, pretty much clear skies. 0-2 pitch. Up and in. Zayas hits the deck. A little bit of a wind, too. Where are the flags? Blowing in from, well, at the moment anyway, from straightaway left field. One, two now the count. Swing and a miss. Sprinkle strikes out Zayas to end the inning and avoid what could have been a big frame for the Roadrunners. RCGC will settle for 1. They had 3 base hits, there were no errors, and 3 men left aboard. We've played 1 inning. Roadrunners strike first. It's 1-0. You're watching RCGC Baseball. Nick Diamore set to lead things off for Harford. We are in the top of the second inning. It was a 1-2-3 frame for Derek Wakely in the top half. He got a ground out, a pop out, and the old mysterious didn't see the third out, but it was an out. Strike 1 to Diamore. Here's the batting order for Harford. Nick Rowland, center fielder, led off. Followed by Michael Richardson at second base. Spencer S. Smith, the designated hitter. This is Nick DeMore. He is the third baseman. Ryan Calhoun in right. Joey Schwartz at first base bats sixth. Lou Testa in left field bats seventh. Swing and a miss, and the ball gets away. I thought the second pitch had been called a ball, but it must have been a strike, and that is a strikeout for Wakely. Quick work he makes of DeMore. One away. I'm going to call that his first strikeout. Like I said, I didn't see the third out of the first inning, and so if he struck that batter out, I'm going to be one strikeout behind the whole game. We will live with it, however. The batter is going to be Ryan Calhoun. Rest of the order, Lou Testa, I told you about seventh. Braden Parr is going to hit eighth. The shortstop, and Joe Sabito is the catcher. He hits ninth. Big curveball is a called strike from Wakely. Derek Wakely making his eighth start of the season. He's 5-0. Earned run average is 270. This one is drilled out to left field. That's going to be a hit. Gathered in by Murphy. First hit of the game for the Fighting Owls. Wakely, 33 in the third innings, 33 hits allowed. He's walked just 9 and struck out 35. Strong numbers from Derek Wakely. Looking to continue that today. He's got a 1-0 lead, top of the second inning, 1 out and 1 on. The batter. First pitch, a ball. .356 on the year with 12 home runs for Schwartz. 40 driven in. That's a strike. Home runs and 41 driven in. Makes the grab. Going to throw home. Runner tagging up is going to make it safely, and it's a 2-1 Harford lead. That's the second out of the inning. There's now nobody aboard for Braden Parr. And Harford has taken over the lead in the second inning. Parr, 324, has not hit a homer. He's got 13 RBIs. 71 at-bats for Parr. Only got 4 extra base hits. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Derek Wakely puts down Braden Parr. But the damage is done here in the second inning. A Calhoun single, a Schwartz double, a wild pitch, and a sac fly. And the Fighting Owls put across 2. They take the lead. We're going to the bottom of the second. Harford 2, Rowan 1. You're watching RCGC Baseball. The 8-9-1. Shortstop. 10th double of the season among 41 base hits. JJ Gonzaroli is up next, and get to give it him. Let me start that sentence again. Let me try again. Didn't get to give you his statistics his first time up. I'll do so as long as he doesn't swing at the first pitch, which he does not. It's a strike. Gonzaroli, 432 on the season. Fourth hit already for the Roadrunners. This one is hit into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Coming around third base is Dylan Tassi. He's going to score. And throw goes into second base, holding Gonzaroli to a single, but it's an RBI single at that. The score is now 2-2. The Roadrunners tie things up. RBI number 55 for JJ Gonzaroli. Batter's going to be Murphy. Walked in the first inning, was stranded at third base. This one hit on the ground towards second. Fielded there, going to second for the force. Successfully, that goes Richardson to par. It's a fielder's choice. Gonzaroli erased. 2 down. Hitters Jack Gowan. Gowan came into this game needing a base hit in his first at-bat to get his average back to 500. He lined out, hit it very hard to center field, and took a diving catch from Roland to get Gowan out. But now he's 2 hits away from 500 as he takes a strike. Jack Gowan, 69 for 140. 496 coming in to the game. 8 home runs and 50 RBIs. Sophomore catcher for the Roadrunners. They've been having a great season. This is inside. Call the ball. 1-1. Throw to first base and back in safely without a slide is Murphy. He does have 2 steals on the. That's outside. It's definitely for their 20th. First base will be. On the way to the strikeout number for Trevor Sprinkle. Roadrunners 2. Top of the third inning, 9-1-2 due for the Fighting Owls from Harford. Joe Sabetto is the catcher and 9-hitter, hitting .343 on the season. Chases after the first offering and fouls it off. 2 home runs and 15 driven in for Sabetto. 2 in the second inning for Harford. 1 each in the first and second for Rowan. Pitch outside, 1-1. And that one's low. Derek Wakely on the mound. A couple of base hits allowed. No walks and 2 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. Looked to be out in front of a changeup. I do like the center field angle for a lot of reasons, especially because there's no screen in front of the camera. I will say it's harder to get a feel for some of the pitches from out here, however, as far as what the man on the mound is throwing. This is hit on the ground towards third base, gobbled up there by Mercedes. Throw across the diamond is in time to get Joe Sabetto 1 away. Back to the top of the order, Nick Rowland. Rowland grounded out his first at-bat. He came in with a .353 average, 4 homers and 26 driven in. You can tell from here that that is a breaking ball, though, and it was too low. In the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes on Rowland. Rowland made a fine diving catch in center field to take a hit away from going. He takes outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Hit on the ground towards shortstop, backhanded. And the throw across is a much faster runner, and he got him. Nice play by Dylan Tassi as they get the speedy Nick Rowland with a strong throw to first. And the Roadrunners offense has been humming along here in 2018, but you don't put up a 34-3 record without excellent defense as well. And Dylan Tassi showing us some right there. Pitch outside to Michael Richardson. He popped out his first trip. His stats coming into today's game, 407. 3 home runs, 34 RBIs. A little bit low from Wakely, 2-0. And Wakely misses again. 3 balls and no strikes. Wakely gets the call on the 3-0 pitch. This one is drilled out towards left. It is a fair ball. And a single for Michael Richardson. So a 2-out base hit for the Fighting Owls. And they'll get to bring Spencer Smith to the plate. Smith leads the team in home runs with 15. He's driven in 55 runs and sports a .315 average. He was retired his first time. Wakely throws to first. Richardson had not strayed too far from the bag. This is a team, the Fighting Owls, that steals bases a heck of a lot more than the Roadrunners do, which is bizarre because Owls aren't fast and Roadrunners are. That's a different discussion. Another throw to first. This guy Richardson at first base has 23 steals. He's not the team leader. Rowland has 35. You just saw Rowland's speed on the ground out. He's stolen 35, has not been caught. 35 for 35. So keep him off the bases. That's a ball. Richardson 23. Nick DeMore has 19 steals. Braden Parr has 13. Justin Brown, who's not even in the lineup today, has 17. Edward Camp's not in the lineup. He's got 15. This is a base-stealing team. This is trouble as it's popped up down the right field line. It is, I believe, going to be foul. And is. Long run for Gonzaroli as well as for Clement as they try to get to that ball. Wakely from the stretch. This one's hit high in the air, deep left field, back towards the fence, and it's gone. You can hear the thud behind me as that ball hit the turf out beyond the left field fence, and it is a 2-run shot for Spencer Smith. And it's going to put Harford on top by a score of 4-2. So the Roadrunners have surrendered the lead. The batter now going to be Nick Demore. He struck out to start the second inning. We're in the top of the third, 4-2. Harford. Strike at the knees for Wakely. And he got him to chase something not quite in the dirt, but just above the level of home plate. And it's nothing in too quickly on Nick Demore. Bases empty, 2 outs. A couple of runs in. This one is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nick Demore on the season hitting .374. He's knocked 5 of them out. He got him on what might have been a changeup. Wakely gets Demore on strikes for the second time, but a couple of runs score on the Spencer Smith home run, his 16th of the season, and Harford back on top. We've played 2.5. It is Fighting Owls 4, Roadrunners 2. You're watching RCGC Baseball. We are back for the bottom of the third inning. Roadrunners and Harford Community College, and a good one. It's going to be the 4, 5, 6 hitters due for RCGC against Trevor Sprinkle. Big swing and a miss from Anthony Angelino. 0-1. He singled and drove in a run in the first inning. Outside from Sprinkle, a ball and a strike. Well, the wind continues to blow in from left, and Spencer, the last inning, hit that way over the fence through the wind. His ground ball to second base, fielded and thrown out. Richardson to Schwartz as Angelito is retired. One away. Next batter will be Noah Clement. Second baseman is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Pitch is up for ball 1. Hit in the air towards shallow center field. Backing up on it is Richardson, the second baseman. He'll gather it in. Noah Clement pops out for out number 2. Brings up Liam Anderson. Anderson singled in the first inning. Alluded earlier to the huge run totals that the Roadrunners have been putting up. On Tuesday, it was 17. On Sunday, it was 13. That was game 2 of a doubleheader. They only scored 7 in the first game. These are all wins. They've won 19 consecutive games. There was a squeaker against Middlesex. That was 8-7, but 10-1, 11-1, 20-8, 10-8, 11-8, 19-7. Did double digits every day for a little while there. Swing and a miss from Anderson. Sprinkle taking a while here and finally timeout called. So what is that? 17, 13, 10, 11, 20, 10, 11, 19, and 20. That's 11 of the last 13 games they've been in double digits. And the other 2 games they scored 8 and 7. So 4-2 probably won't do it for Harford today. That is a ball. I think the count is 2-1 on Liam Anderson. There was a streak earlier in the season where the Roadrunners scored in double digits for 7 consecutive games, including 17, 18, 16, and 18 in 4 straight. It's in the dirt. It may have hit the batter. He wants an appeal, I think, to the third base umpire, suggesting maybe not. First of all, there is no third base umpire. We've got a 2-man umpiring crew here today. And with nobody aboard, the other base umpire is positioned behind first base. Curveball just a little high. Looked pretty good, probably to Sprinkle. Looked okay from the center field angle here as well. And Anderson battling here against Sprinkle with 2 outs in the third. That's the called third strike on the breaking ball that Sprinkle was looking for perhaps on the last pitch. He gets it here the second time around, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Trevor Sprinkle. We're heading to the 4th. Roadrunners trailing it 4-2. You're watching RCGC Baseball.
For the
Ryan Calhoun, Joey Schwartz, and Lou Testa due for the Harford Fighting Owls in the top of the 4th inning. Swing and a miss at the first offering from Wakely. 0-1 to Calhoun, who singled and scored on a wild pitch back in the 2nd inning. It's 4-2. Owls on top. 2-run home run from Spencer Smith. It's fouled off the foot of Calhoun. I think Calhoun is one of the last guys whose season numbers I haven't given you, so let's do that. He's .331 on the year. Coming into today with 11 homers and 59 RBIs. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Calhoun stood there at home plate for a second or two as if to say, I can't believe I didn't hit that pitch. He's down on strikes. It is strikeout number 4 for Derek Wakely. And the batter will be Joey Schwartz, lined to double the left in his first trip. Eventually came around to score a run on a sac fly. Takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. That's outside. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Talked last inning about the huge run totals the Roadrunners have been putting up. Offensively, they are number 1 in the country in runs scored with 405. This one's hit in the air towards shallow left field. That's going to get in for a base hit. Leading off, no, not leading off, but with 1 out, Joey Schwartz singles. He's 2 for 2. And the batter will be Lou Testa. Roadrunners lead the country in runs. They lead it in hits. They lead the country in home runs with 40. RBIs 361. Total bases. And just for good measure, sac flies as well. Strike taken by Lou Testa. He hit a sacrifice fly of his own in the 2nd inning to drive in Schwartz. So no official at-bat so far for Lou Testa in this game. That's in the dirt, nicely blocked by Gowan. Talked about all the base stealers on the roster for the Fighting Owls. I don't think Schwartz is one of them. Let's check it out. He's got 11. He's been caught only twice, so everybody runs on this team. Either that or they had a team that played without a catcher one day and they stole 100 bases. Probably not. Pitch coming into Testa. Hit off the fist towards third base. Mercedes double clutches and still gets him. Navy Mercedes makes the play. That goes 5-3. Advancing to second on the throw is Joey Schwartz, and he's in scoring position with 2 down for Braden Parr. Parr was a strikeout victim in his first trip. Popped up foul, out of play, 0-1. Five hits and 4 runs so far allowed by Derek Wakely. It's in the dirt, again, going with the block. Wakely fakes a pickoff throw to second. Nothing doing. Harford is no slouch in the run score department. They're third in all of Division I with 524 runs scored. Now they've played 10 more games than the Roadrunners have. So despite the higher overall total, the Roadrunners per game average is higher. Harford first in Division I in stolen bases with 206. That's a massive number. In 50 games, that's over 4 per game. They haven't stolen one yet this game. 206 steals. They've played 48 games. Two strikes on par. Oh, they got him picked off now. They throw behind the runner, and Roadrunners trying to execute the rundown. The throw goes to third base, now to Murphy, the second baseman, backing up. I think they've got the runner tagged or out of the baseline or both. And picked off at second is Joey Schwartz. So it goes 1 to 6 to 5 to 4, I do believe. And either way, it is the third out of the fourth inning. No runs for the Owls in the fourth. They did have a hit, and nobody left. We're going to the bottom half. 4-2. Harford still on top. You're watching Rowan Gloucester Baseball. We are going to the fourth inning. Roadrunners trail by a couple. Going to be the bottom of third. Zayas, Mercedes, and Tassie due to hit against Trevor Sprinkle. Sprinkle had a rough first inning, and looked like the Roadrunners were putting something together in the second inning as well. They did get a run. This is hit on the ground towards shortstop. Scooped up there by Parr. His throw to first base is in time, so Zayas is retired 6-3. One down in the fourth. 5 in a row retired. Make it 6 in a row retired by Trevor Sprinkle since the Gonzaroli single to start the second. Nephi Mercedes, 0 for 1, grounded out to short. Mercedes backed out, and then that pitch broke near the plate, but Sprinkle didn't get the call. 1 ball, no strikes. This is hit towards shallow center field. Racing in, rolling, racing out. Parr, the shortstop, makes the catch. Out number 2. Batter will be Dylan Tassie. Tassie doubled in the second. Two out, nobody aboard, bottom four. And a strike right in there from Trevor Sprinkle. So anyway, after the rough start, Sprinkle has really settled in here. He surrendered 5 hits to the first 10 batters and none since. That's outside. Tassie able to lay off. Ball and a strike. Hit on the ground on the left side. Shortstop Parr is going to try to make the play, and the call is safe at first base. I thought for a moment that DeMore was going to cut in front of Parr and make that play. He couldn't do so. Parr had to try. And I think the first baseman was pulled off the bag. Possible that the throw might have gotten Tassie. We can't see the scoreboard from here, so I'm not sure how that is officially going to be scored. Perhaps between innings, I'll try to trot over and see if they've got an error on the board. If so, it would be the first error of the game. Just as easily maybe a base hit for Dylan Tassie. Brings up Gonzaroli. Pitch is outside. JJ is 2 for 2. Couple singles, drove in a run. If you're paying attention, you recognize my mistake from before. He didn't single to start the second inning. His single drove in a run in that second inning. And the Roadrunners could use a hit here. 2 outs and Tassie on at first base. Strike taken. 1-1. Sprinkle taking a long time. And eventually time is called. Gonzaroli hits that in the air. Foul. Out of play on the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Check swing, throw down to second base, runner on the move, it's close, safe. Is the call. Stolen base for Dylan Tassie as he gets into scoring position for Gonzaroli. Nice throw and a bang-bang play at second base. The count moves to 2-2 on J.J. Gonzaroli. Hit towards shortstop. Parr makes the play as the runner crossed right in front of him, right before the ball got there. But Parr able to get it. Throw to first in time to get Gonzaroli. That's going to retire the side for the Roadrunners. They get a hit or an error. I'll double check on that. They leave a runner in the fourth but do not score. We've played 4. Harford leads it 4-2. You're watching RCGC Baseball. Braden Parr takes a walk to lead off this top of the 5th inning for Harford. First walk of the day from either pitcher, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check that. But no, Murphy walked for the Roadrunners in the first. Solve the mystery as well of the Dylan Tassi base hit. It is a base hit. Give Tassi a single. He's 2 for 2 on the day, and no errors committed by either club so far in the game. Batter for Harford is Joe Sabetto, the number 9 hitter. Grounded out to third base his first time. Roadrunners would love a sharp ground ball right at the third baseman here. Possibly turn 2 on the catcher for the Fighting Owls. Throw to first base. Gets away from Angelino momentarily, not far enough away that Parr tries to advance. Parr 13 steals. Been caught only twice. Another throw to first base. Owls, team now with 6 hits, but 4 runs for the Owls, and a 2-run lead. Batter's Nick Rowan, the leadoff man. He's grounded out a couple of times with his speed. It can be hard to get him on a ground ball. Talked about the fact that the Roadrunners would love a sharp ground ball right at the third baseman. Well, that was nearly the one they wanted, but 5 feet too far to the left of Mercedes. So now a first and second, nobody out situation for Roland. Roadrunners pretty excited about the out they got on the pickoff previously last inning because they're anxious to do it again. And with a team that steals so many bases, it makes perfect sense that you'd try to take advantage of that aggressiveness. Roland shows bunt, pitches in the dirt, going blocks. Nobody advances. Roland shows bunt again. He pulls back that bat, but the pitcher right in there for a strike. 1-1. Parr taking his lead off at second base, and the Roadrunners continue to pay attention to him. Big breaking ball is too far inside. 2 balls and a strike on the leadoff man, Roland. That's inside, ball 3. Four 6-0 for the visitors, 2 6-0 for RCGC. This is drilled. It's a foul ball. No, it's a fair ball down the line. Coming around to score is Parr. Throw comes in, cut off. It's a single and an RBI for Nick Roland, and Harford goes up 5-2. Still first and second, nobody away, and Michael Richardson comes up next. Visit on the mound now for the Roadrunners as Wakely has given up a walk and 2 base hits here in the 5th. 7 hits now total. Action in the pen for the Roadrunners. I wish I'd brought my binoculars. Haven't assumed that we'd be back behind home plate. Didn't think I'd need them, but now I do. It pays to be prepared. Similarly, without the binoculars, I can't tell whether that is Rob Valley or Greg Chu making the visit to the mound, but since I've mentioned the rest of the coaching staff, I'd also like to complete it with Kevin Gunter is the other assistant coach for the Roadrunners. It is going to be Wakely to continue and try to work his way out of what is a first and second, nobody out jam. 5-2, Harford in the lead. And the batter is Michael Richardson. He's 1 for 2. He's popped out and singled. That's a strike. I'll be honest, I don't know what the count is, but it's something and at least 1 strike. I do know there's nobody out, and there are runners on at first and second, and I'm also sure of the score, which is 5-2. That's low and in the dirt. Nothing's gotten by going today, except the 1 wild pitch. I take it back. The one on which Calhoun scored in the second. It may have cost the Roadrunners a run. I guess it did in the end, because Schwartz advanced to third on that wild pitch, and he scored on the sac fly. Calhoun would have scored on the sac fly without the wild pitch, so ended up costing the Roadrunners a run in the end, and they're down by 3 at the moment. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2 on Richardson. He's 1 for 2. I think I said that. He's popped out and singled. Ground ball towards third base. Mercedes steps on the bag. Throw to first. Man, that runner is fast. He didn't get him. As Richardson beats it out, it's a fielder's choice. And the out recorded at third base is Cibeto. And it remains first and second, but now 1 away. And the batter going to be Spencer Smith. Smith did big damage his last time up as he tattooed one to left. And drove it out of the ballpark for a home run, his 16th of the year. Was a man aboard at the time as well. That's low. Gets through going, but not very far. Smith is 1 for 2 on the day. Fastball, bit too high, 2 balls, no strikes. Inside, and another ball to make it 3-0. Just 1 walk for Wakely this game. That was par to lead off this inning, and he scored. This one high in the air towards left field. Moving over is Murphy, and Murphy comes in as well to make the catch. 2 down, too shallow for the runners to conceive advancing. And on a 3-0 pitch, Spencer Smith with the green light. Not surprising given the ball he hit in the 3rd inning, but he ends up popping out. A chance for Wakely to get out of this jam with just the 1 run score. The batter's going to be Nick DeMore. Wakely's had his number so far, 2 strikeouts. Roadrunners continue to be cognizant of those base runners, and at the moment they're keeping Nick Rowland close at second base. Nolan, great speed at second. Richardson, great speed at first. Swing and a miss from Nick DeMore. That was something off speed. It's grounded foul. It's another strike. Nothing in two. Long top of the fifth for Wakely. This is his sixth batter. Couple hits and a run. It's a breaking ball hit in the air towards the left field. It's a foul ball. The moon is out here in the late afternoon. No balls and two strikes. Inside. Wakely needs a strike to get out of this inning. Right-hander kicks. That pitch is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ryan Calhoun waits on deck. Swinging a foul tip and caught a piece of going. Batter DeMore stays alive, still 2-2. Wakely ready. 2-2's the count. Going to chase Roland back to second base. Called third strike, and that'll do it for the Fighting Owls in the fifth inning as DeMore down on strikes. Third time in the game that Wakely has struck out DeMore. He's got 5 strikeouts, and 60% of them against DeMore. Got that strikeout in a big spot and keeps Harford from tacking on anymore. It is 5-2. We've played 4.5. You're watching RCGC Baseball.
Guy went to jail. Jail.
For how long?
Like 3 years or
Roadrunners down by 3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It could use some runs. Fortunately, they are the top scoring team in all of the country in the Division 3. Going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Murphy swinging at the first pitch. A little dribbler towards third base. And across the diamond, DeMore to Schwartz to retire Murphy. 1 down. And that makes 9 straight retired by Trevor Sprinkle. Jack Goen will be the batter. He's 0 for 2. Lined out to center, was robbed of a hit by Roland. On a fine diving catch. First inning might have been different. Might have been a lot different if not for that catch by Roland. This is on the ground, base hit into right as Goen shoots it past the second baseman, and he's got his first hit of the day. It's hard to keep a 500 hitter down for long. And Goen on at first base for Anthony Angelino. Angelino's 1 for 2, drove in a run with a single in the first. Outside from Sprinkle. He hasn't worked from the stretch since the second inning. Boy, I'm just making mistakes all over the place. I'm missing Dylan Tassie's single that broke up that streak. So he was only 8 out of 9 retired by Sprinkle, and he did work from the stretch last inning. If you stick with me long enough, I'll fix all my mistakes. Takes a strike. Fighting Owls by 3 here, bottom 5. Swings through a fastball from Sprinkle. And 2 strikes now on Angelino. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. Strikeout number 5 for Trevor Sprinkle. And with 2 away, the batter is going to be Noah Clement. Struck out and popped out, 0 for 2. Line shot towards right field. That's a hit. Goen is going to stop at second base, and the Roadrunners have a couple aboard with 2 outs. Here in the 5th, Liam Anderson will hit next. One for 2 on the day. Anderson singled in the first inning. Struck out looking back in the third. We got 12 at-bats on the season. He's now 4 for 12 for a .333 average. Left-handed hitter awaits the offering from Trevor Sprinkle. And Sprinkle catches the inside edge for a strike. Oh, catches that edge again. Anderson thought that was inside, but it's 0-2 now on the Roadrunners designated hitter. 2 on, 2 out. That one finally is too far inside. It was low as well. A ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And that will retire the side. Trevor Sprinkle strikes out a couple and strands 2. And he has completed 5 innings of work. Harford in the lead. It's 5-2 after 5. You're watching RCGC Baseball. Top of the 6th inning, new pitcher for the Roadrunners as Rich Roccabaldo takes over for Derek Wakely. I will work on and deliver Wakely's final numbers for you. First pitch from Roccabaldo is a bit low. He is facing the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Calhoun, Schwartz, and Testa. Got a strike called there. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Numbers on the season for Roccabaldo. This is his 6th appearance. He's given up only 3 hits in 6 1/3. The earned run average is 142. He's walked 2 and struck out 13. So strong numbers in limited innings for Roccabaldo. Big breaking ball. Can't believe he didn't get a strike call there. We are pretty far away and the umpire's right there, so we will give the umpire the benefit of the doubt. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Calhoun. He's 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 2nd. Roadrunners trailing 5-2. Top of the 6th. Roccabaldo misses with that fastball inside, 2-2. Off the fist, grounded towards third base. And out at first. Boy, the shortstop, Tassi, double clutched on that play. I thought that had ruined his chances of getting that out, but he stuck with it and got Calhoun 6-3. And a big first out for Roccabaldo as the Roadrunners looking to keep Harford stuck on 5 here so they can mount a comeback. Schwartz will be the batter. He's been a problem so far. He's 2 for 2. Single and a double, scored a run. On the hands and fouled away, right side, out of play. Final numbers on Derek Wakely. 5 innings pitched to give up 7 hits, 5 runs. All of them are earned. 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. The big blow, the Spencer Smith 2-run homer. That's low. I missed the first pitch, so I don't know whether it's 1-1 or 2-0. Or 2-1. Swing and a miss. I think it's 2-1 now. Fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 more in the 5th for the visitors. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's going to do it for Harford. In the 6th inning, 1-2-3 frame for the bottom of 2. You're watching RCGC Baseball. Trevor Sprinkle settled in nicely here for the Fighting Owls of Harford Community College. 1 in the first and 1 in the second, and none since for the Roadrunners, who trail it by 3. Bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch is a swing and a miss from Jose Zayas. He's 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out. Another swing and a miss, nothing in 2 on Zayas. Little bit high. Sprinkle has scattered 8 hits over his 5 innings. That's a ball. One of the keys to the success is no walks. And again, I've missed the first walk. Murphy walked in the first inning. 1 walk on the game for Trevor Sprinkle. That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jose Zayas leading off the 6th. Zayas, Mercedes, and Tassi at the top of the order. Well, that's too high. Oh, and I was off by a ball on the count, it appears, and Zayas has walked. Leadoff walk, always a good way to start an inning if you're the home team. And just the second walk for Sprinkle. Brings up Nathan Mercedes. He's grounded out and popped out. 0 for 2. Shows bunt. Takes it. It's a strike. Nothing in 1 on Mercedes. Low and away, 1-1. No action for the Fighting Owls in their bullpen. Low and away, 2-1. I'm glad that the Owls have gone to the lengths of distinguishing themselves with the Fighting Owls nickname. They can separate themselves from all of the Owls with pacifist feelings. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Mercedes. Gets away, and moving on to second base is Zayas. Count runs full now on Mercedes. Wild pitch for Sprinkle. And just like the walk, it's the first wild pitch for Sprinkle since the first inning. Be nice to think that the Roadrunners are starting to get to him, or that he's running out of gas. And as I say so, there is the beginnings of stirrings in the bullpen down on the Fighting Owl side. Runner now at second. 3-2 pitch. Hit in the air towards left center field. It is down for a base hit. Diving attempt by Rowan. Coming around Zayas. He will score. And it is 5-3 on the RBI single from Nathan Mercedes. That ball curling away from the diving Rowan. He still made a game effort, but the dive cost him any chance of keeping Zayas at third base or throwing him out at home. So the Roadrunners get a run. It's 5-3, and there's still nobody out for Dylan Tassi. Tassi's 2 for 2. And a visit to the mound by Cibeto, the catcher, possibly to buy time, as there is now 1, and looks like there's going to be 2 Fighting Owl relievers getting loose, both right-handers. And now, after the initial meeting on the mound with the catcher, we get the full-fledged meeting, so I think we can be pretty clear now about the purposes. Whether they're buying time or not, they most certainly are, as a couple of guys get loose in the pen. Roadrunners lead Region 19 with a 20-1 conference record. That's 3.5 games better than Cumberland, who is 17-5. Bergen right there, too, at 17-6. And a little bit farther down to Brookdale and Camden. But the Roadrunners with a 20-1 record, 34-3 overall. Sprinkle's going to stay in the ballgame, but the warm-ups have increased in intensity down the right field line. Batter is Dylan Tassi. Right-handed hitter, man on at first. Shows bunt, puts it down and wide of third base. It's foul. Last game that the Roadrunners lost was March 31st, so they haven't lost in April. They lost to Cumberland in game 2 of a doubleheader, 3-2, and it's a real low-scoring affair. Both of those games, 4-1 and 3-2. Roadrunners not held to so few runs by very many other squads this year. Tassi swinging away this time. He takes a strike. Runner on the move has stolen second base. Steal for Nafi Mercedes. And the pitch was a strike on Tassi, so he is down 0-2. Stolen base number 7 for the team leader, Nafi Mercedes. That pitch is inside, a ball and 2 strikes. Appeal is made to the base umpire to see if Tassi had perhaps gone around, and the base umpire says he's good. I do like this center field angle, but every once in a while we get stuck in a spot where the second base umpire does block the view of home plate. Just a little bit. This one's hit in the air pretty well towards left field. That is going to go to the wall. Rounding third base to score is Mercedes. On his way to second is Tassi. He's got a 3-hit day. And the Roadrunners within a run at 5-4. I wonder if that'll be the end for Trevor Sprinkle. A walk and 2 hits. And still nobody out here in the 6th inning. Roadrunners have the tying run at second base. Another visit from Cibetto, the catcher, to the mound. And we'll see if he gets another hitter. The answer is no, he's not going to get another hitter. So we're going to get a pitching change here as Harford will go to the pen, leading by a run in the bottom of the 6th inning. You are watching Rowan Gloucester Baseball. Got first and second with nobody out. Thinking bunt. That's the play to first base. Of walk may go right after him. That's a mistake. It's off the glove of the second baseman, Richardson. It's going to score 1. Angelino hits into the 6/4 and 1 left. We're all even at 5. We've played 6 innings. Pops this up, foul, out of play. Roadrunners going to start somebody loosening in the pen, but with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. They're not warming him up to come in this inning, so it's going to be Roccabaldo, I imagine, in the 8th. Pitch a little bit low, runner on the move, and a stolen base for Nafi Mercedes, his 2nd of the game and 8th of the season. As Roadrunners taking a page out of the Harford book, as it is Harford, the team with 206 steals. I don't think they have a single stolen base today. Real credit to the Roadrunners pitching staff and catcher Jack Gowen. Keep that team. It's not that there haven't been any base runners. This one gets away from the catcher. Throw to third base is not in time. That's going to be a passed ball. And into third is Mercedes. Let me look again, but I don't see a single stolen base for Harford, and the Roadrunners have stolen 2. Right in there for a strike to Tassi. That's 2 strikes. Swing and a miss is something low and away. and Tassie is retired for the first time today. Roadrunners get a run to take the lead. First lead they've had since it was 1-0. 1 run on 1 critical error. There were no hits and 1 man left. We're going to the 8th. Rowan in the lead. It's 6-5. You're watching RCGC Baseball.
I usually just click off the screen and then it just gives me the option to like add and do all the stuff to the scoreboard. But yeah, you can barely see it. You need like a little 10. We could raise this up to another level too. Yeah. I think that would be cool. We wouldn't bring this stuff out here if it rains. Yeah. That's why tomorrow they might even cancel the game tomorrow. Yeah, Mr. Brown said he's probably not going to film tomorrow. Is there baseball tomorrow? Yeah, there's baseball. They're playing against
Top of the 8th inning, Rowan in the lead now by a score of 6-5. And a new pitcher on the mound is Nick Evangelista. 2 stellar innings for Rich Roccabaldo. I'll give you his line in a moment. Evangelista making his 10th appearance. He started 4 times. This is his 6th time out of the pen for the Runners. 35 2/3 innings, just 24 hits. And not particularly wild either, just 12 walks over those 35 innings. He has struck out 42. Earned run average is 151. He's got 4 wins and no losses on the year, and he's saved 2. So here's a guy who can throw a complete game. He's got 2 of those. And can finish one off for you with a couple of saves. The batter is Richardson, 2-3-4 due for Harford in the 8th. That's low. Pitch is low. Richardson 1 out of 3 on the day. Scored a run when he singled in the 3rd. He's also popped out and reached on a fielder's choice. On the outside edge, strike 2. Richardson down looking, 1 away. If the Roadrunners could get through this part of the order in the 8th, with minimal base runners, then they might not have to deal with this part of the order in the 9th. Pitch up high to Spencer Smith. Smith has hit the longest ball of the day into the wind and well over the left field fence for a 2-run homer, his 16th of the year. 6-5 game, outside edge for strike 1. Smith is hitless in his other 2 at-bats, 1 for 3. High fly ball. Zayas drifting back towards right center field. He's got room. And makes the grab, 2 away. Brings up the number 4 hitter in the lineup, Nick DeMore. It has been a forgettable day for the Harford third baseman. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, and he just made the error that led to the go-ahead run. You can imagine that he is anxious to redeem himself, and he's got 5 homers on the year, so certainly has the pop to be able to do so. He takes a strike. It's 0-1. That's low. Action in the Harford pen, but not on the other side. A little bit high. Two outs, nobody on. Roadrunners by 1. Grounded towards third, it's foul. 2 strikes now on Demore. Swing and a miss, he got him. Nick Demore down on strikes. What is that, the Golden Sombrero? 4 strikeouts on the day for Demore. And a 1-2-3 inning for Evangelista. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Roadrunners in the lead, 6-5. You're watching RCGC Baseball. Harford Community College. I think it's pinch runner time. And that is going there. To going. Third. And just 1 out. I think the count is 2. An offensive conference over near the third base dugout. Fire comes over to break that up. Limited number of such the Roadrunners have used. So it's going at first, and the pinch runner, Parkinson, at third. And the runners lead at 6-5. Wind seems to have slackened slightly. Here's the pitch to Angelino. Swing and a miss. Moore looking for the double play ball over the strikeout here. The infield is up at the corners and back at double play depth at second and short. Breaking ball hit towards the pitcher. They're going to go home off the glove of the catcher, and the run scores. Making his way to third base is Goen. And it's 7-5 Roadrunners. It's tough to know how the official scorer will score that play. It's certainly a fielder's choice for Angelino. And whether they give an error to the catcher or not, I couldn't tell you. But it is a run, and it's first and third again for RCGC, now leading 7-5. They trailed this game 5-2. The batter is Noah Clement. Clement has 1 hit in 4 trips. Shows bunt, pokes it up the first base line, and he's going to connect. Run will score as Clement is out at first. 3 unassisted, and coming in to score is Goen with the 8th run of the game. And Roadrunners, 2 big runs here in the bottom of the 8th to give themselves a bit of a cushion heading to the 9th. 8-5 is the score. The batter see, this is the spot. This is the DH spot where Guzin hit last time. Now we're going to get another pinch hitter. This is Chris Rowan. I think it's Rowan. Takes a ball. On the outside edge for a strike. Rowan on the air, 328. Has 1 home run, is driven in 19. Tries to check his swing. I think he went around. Base umpire confirms. And it's a strike on Rowan. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That's going to end the inning, but not before the Roadrunners tack on 2 runs. They did it on 1 base hit and left a man aboard. We're going to the 9th inning. Roadrunners now lead it by 3. It's 8-5 Rowan. You're watching RCGC Baseball.
Sam Darnold's going to the Cleveland Browns, I think.
It's terrible. So bad. Who they play in that game?
Out of Rosen, Allen, Darnold, and Baker, I don't think Baker Mayfield's going to do good.
Allen, maybe. But I don't really know anything. I think Saquon Barkley's going to be good.
This is an 8-5 game heading to the 9th inning. The Roadrunners trying to knock off Division I Harford Community College, a 39-9 team. The Roadrunners looking for their 20th consecutive win. And if they succeed in finishing off this 9th inning, then they won't get to double digits in runs today, but they got to 8. It is 8-5. New pitcher in the game is Jose Ledesma, right-hander. Replaces Nick Evangelista. Numbers on the season for Ledesma: ERA of 1.45. 18 2/3 innings. He's only given up 6 base hits. He hasn't walked many either, just 8 walks. And 29 strikeouts. So a high strikeout rate, very low hit rate. This one is popped up left field, or shallow left field. It's going to be the shortstop. And that is still waiting for it to come down. Finally it does, into the glove of Dylan Tassi for out number 1. Nick Evangelista, 1 inning, no hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Ledesma started 1 game for the Roadrunners. He has 2 saves. This is his 11th appearance. Takes outside, does Joey Schwartz. Schwartz was a problem offensively for the Roadrunners in the early innings with a couple of hits. He's 2 for 3. It was Schwartz that was picked off at second base back in the 4th inning. Couple of errors as Harford has let themselves down defensively over the last couple of innings after playing clean through the first 5. And they made a base running mistake as well. The Roadrunners have not made any mistakes. Ground ball towards the hole. Going to be a real tough play for Tassi. He makes the stop, but the throw is going to bring Angelino off the bag, and safe at first is Joey Schwartz. So 3-hit day for Schwartz. And it brings up Lou Testa. Pinch runner at first. Strike taken on a breaking ball. Got a change in center field for the Roadrunners. Connor Coyle is in to play center. Another strike, nothing in 2. It looks like Zayas has flipped over to left and Murphy is out. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. 2 away. Lou Testa 0 for 4. Make that 0 for 3. Sacrificed fly in the 2nd. Last chance for the Fighting Owls is shortstop Braden Parr. He's walked and struck out twice. 0 for 2. Ledesma is pouring in strikes at the moment. 0-1 to Parr. And 0-2 as he fouls one off his fist down the first base line. Jose Ledesma looking to shut it down here in the 9th. Roadrunners by 3. On the ground towards second base. Gathered in by Clement. Throw to first is in time, and that is going to do it. Roadrunners win 8-5. Real nice victory here for the Roadrunners this afternoon over Division I Harford Community College. And they send Harford to just their 10th loss against 39 wins. But for the Roadrunners, it is 20 in a row. They are now 35-3 on the year, and they will continue to try to keep the momentum rolling as they move through their season. A season they hope that will end with glory. And so far, so good. 20 wins in a row is awfully impressive. Roadrunners trailed in this game by a score of 5-2. Spencer Smith hit a 2-run homer to help pace Harford to what looked like a, well, that lead held up through the 6th inning, but the Roadrunners got 3 in the 6th to tie it. Dylan Tassie had a big RBI double in that inning. There was also a critical error. And then an error to start off the 7th gave the Roadrunners the go-ahead run. Didn't give it to them. They had to work for it. They sacrificed Clement over to third base, and he came in on a Zayas groundout. That made it 6-5, and then the Roadrunners added a couple of more in the 8th to make the final margin 8-5. Wakely gave up 7 hits and 5 runs over 5 innings. He did not factor in the decision. Let's see. The winning pitcher is going to be Rich Roccabaldo. Is that right? No, it's not right, is it? Roccabaldo pitched the 6th and the 7th. It is right. The Roadrunners got to go ahead and run in the bottom of the 7th. So Rich Roccabaldo going to get the win, and the save will go to Jose Ledesma. Each of the bullpen for the Roadrunners went 4 innings, gave up 1 base hit, no walks, and struck out 6. So you can't ask for more than that. Star of the game is the Roadrunners bullpen. And offensively, Dylan Tassie had 3 base hits, a couple hits also for both Gonzaroli and Goen as a team effort by the offense. The starting pitcher, the defense was clean, and the bullpen, fantastic. Also fantastic, my crew out here in center field. A switcheroo of the location at the very beginning, but we muddled through. Thanks to Kyle and Zach for their work. And thanks to the Executive Director of Athletics here at Rowan, Mr. Brian Rowan, for his help in setting everything up. My name is Mike Wolverton. It's been a pleasure to bring this game to you on a beautiful day. An important game on the Roadrunner schedule, and a test that they pass. The final score, Rowan 8 and Harford 5. You've been watching RCGC Baseball.